Good evening and welcome to Swim Good evening and welcome to Swim Scene Live here at Glasgow International Swim Meet 2019. My name is Tom Scally. I'm going to be your host for the entire weekend, and I'm joined here by streaming guru Mr. Stuart Johnson.
Thanks very much, Tom. I'm not sure about the guru bit, but we'll take it.
So we're here tonight. We've got lots of action, but first of all, let's recap on what happened this morning.
Yeah. So, kind of, what were your highlights this morning, Tom? What stood out for you?
For me, it really was the 100 breaststroke, the 50 breaststroke with Ross Murdoch. I mean, going 28.04 there in the heats. He's got a lot to give tonight, so we might see him get close to that 27.45 that he went at British Champs just a few weeks ago. But let's see if he can get even closer to Adam Peaty, because he needs to really get under that 27 mark.
Yeah, I think that's maybe going to be a bit of a struggle. I know that obviously he went that 27.45 at the British Champs, but obviously world qualifier spots on the line there, so you're always going to up your game for that a little bit. I mean, I think for me, I'm going to go, you've went the short distance, I'm not going the longest distance, we're not going 1500, but I'm going to go for the men's 200 IM. We saw a good swim from the young swimmer from University of Stirling, George Clough, this morning. He's going to be up against the Greek. I'm going to have to look at my list for this because I'm going to struggle to say his name otherwise. He's up against Greek Georgios Spanidakis. Sorry to Georgios if we pronounced that wrong.
Well done.
So he's an 18-year-old as well. So both young swimmers. So we know that young swimmers are quite resilient to kind of this having to return and put a big shift in each time.
Yeah, well, they've had the afternoon session to recover. You know, they've had time to get some rest. Hopefully, George is back at the hotel having a little nap, ready to really give it his all tonight. So I think it's going to be a tight race between those two.
Yeah. I mean, we will come back to what we're going to look at later on, but I think what we have to speak about is we're going to have to speak about our sponsors. We've got our sponsors, Scott's, the restaurant. We've also got Dean's Pharmacy. A big thank you to them. The one that stood out for me, Tom, I nipped out during that break there. The Audi e-tron out the front of the building.
Fantastic.
I think we need to see if we can get the keys for that and maybe disappear.
Well, we might just take it home tonight. Now, make sure if you're at the venue, you should be hashtagging GISM19 hashtag e-tron. Get your pictures with the Audi right outside the venue.
So we spoke about these sponsors. It's not possible without them. We will be back with some more chat just after this short sponsor reel. so we are live from the Glasgow International Swim Meet. As you can see, we do still have the warm-up underway. Very busy warm-up pool just now. All the swimmers preparing for tonight's finals. Let's take a walk down the poolside. Let's see who we can find to have a chat with. We've got the guys from City of Glasgow here. We've got Lewis. Lewis, how's the meet going for you so far?
Yeah, a lot of good performances so far. It's just nice to see some people from across different countries coming to Glasgow to compete a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. We've already spoke about a couple of the Greek guys and stuff, so it's good to see that the Glasgow International is an international field, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it'll develop as time goes on, as we continue to run it, as it builds its profile a little bit. It's good to see the different countries. What really stood out for me this morning is the technical ability of some of the swimmers from the other countries, and some things that probably can learn from in this country as well, with some of the watch and get a feel for what people are doing in other parts of the world.
Yeah, definitely. Good to get those different coaching ideas, isn't it? So, what about City of Glasgow? How are you set for tonight's finals? Is it a successful into finals and then hopefully continue that success through tonight's session?
Yeah, we've got a number of swimmers in finals across all different age groups right through the club and the different squads, so it'll be nice to see them get in and compete against the highest standard of competition, especially our younger ones. Sweden still get competing against older athletes in that sort of field, so we're set up nicely, and hopefully they'll get a bit of confidence from tonight and we'll continue into the weekend with some more positive performances for the team.
Okay, excellent. Thanks very much for your time. We won't take up any more of your time. Let's go and see who else we can find a bit further down. Some known faces around the pool, but like Lewis said, quite a lot of the international teams, so we don't necessarily know the coaches from there, but we'll see if we can grab some other people. We've got 3 days, we should be able to grab some people on the way. Andy Figgins, obviously, they are a well-known coach, but we'll not bother him. He's busy with his warm-up preparations here. Let's see who else we can see. Let's see if we can grab a swimmer. I'm going to jump up here, you can stay there, alright? How we doing? We're going to come and have a chat with you. So, live on the live stream, so no swearing, I'm going to do my Davina McCall bit. So, let us know who you are, where you're from, what you're swimming tonight.
I'm just the third of Martin Lillian. I'm swimming the 1500 metre freestyle.
Excellent, so 1500, first event.
Yeah.
Ready for it? Good warm up in?
Yeah, well, I tried to. I mean, I haven't had an event all day, so I've been kind of in tight.
Sort of waiting around and not doing anything.
I've been waiting for my exam, so I had to be revising this morning, so a bit tight from revising.
So you speak about those exams there. How is it trying to juggle that? Is it a bit of a struggle, or are you kind of into the swing of that now?
Well, it's like I find something like really stressful even. So quite often it's like I'll revise hard in the day, and then I'll actually look forward to the training because something's calmed me down. So yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Right, we won't take up any more of your time, but thanks very much for catching us. I'm going to attempt to come back down here without falling over, because we are live on the internet. It's probably going to go badly wrong. Graceful as a whale. So let's see if we can catch one more person. I'm going to try and grab one more person. Come with me, you are still going. Will we go somewhere or coach? Will we go somewhere or coach? I think we will go coach. In fact, we're going to go swimmer because there's somebody that's desperate. Come with me. Come on. We're going to come up here. So, you might have thought you could get away with that wee thumbs up. Let us know who you are, where you're from. Who are you, where are you from? You don't speak English, I think you do. Okay. Well, we've been let down. But that's not to worry. We'll catch somebody else another time. So, at the moment, let's go to another sponsor reel. We'll be back soon talking about what's coming up tonight. So we've come back to the studio now. We've been a wander down the poolside. We're back. Too busy out there, definitely. Trip hazards for me galore. So, Tom, we've had 2 sessions. We're coming into the 3rd session. What are you looking forward to seeing in this 3rd session?
Well, it always continues on from what sort of stood out this morning, because you've got that 50 breaststroke coming up. It's going to be a fantastic battle to see really who's going to come out on top. And it's also Ross Murdoch against the clock, because as I said, is he going to get the times that he wants?
No, I think that Craig Benson or David Murphy might be able to put a little bit of a challenge in there.
I think they could probably put a good challenge out tonight. You know, as you said, there's no as high stakes here. So, you know, it's more experimental, seeing what works. So, you know, it might work for them.
Yeah, I mean, Craig Benson, obviously, he had that famous one at the Olympics when he was still at Warrender, where nobody was expecting him, and all of a sudden, who is Craig Benson? Shot into stardom. So not quite that level of meat tonight, but hopefully might see what he can pull out the bag. Depends where he is in his training plan, where he is in that cycle as well.
Let's see if the magic can happen. The other race that really I think we should draw attention to is that 200 IM, where Amy Wilmot is going up against Katie Shanahan, lanes beside each other. And we have to also point out that Katie Shanahan's only 15 years old.
Yeah, so still a lot of potential there.
Yeah, lots of time to develop her strokes and really push those times down.
She's obviously swimming here in her home pool as well, so a little bit of home advantage maybe?
I think so. You know the way the water flows when it's your own pool.
Is that not sideways all the time, or?
Wow.
Meant to be, unless there's a problem.
Should be.
So yeah, so that really will be interesting. I mean, I've had a little look at tonight's little sneak peek at tonight's start list, and one that definitely stands out for me. We've got a kind of a bit of a battle there. Tane Bruce of Edinburgh University, obviously Scottish record holder for the 100 butterfly, a little bit slower in our heat this morning, but is that a bit of tactics? They'll do enough to get yourself in. Everybody knows you've got a lane, you've got a chance there, but she's in that centre lane, so fastest qualifier. She's closely followed by the youngster from Newcastle, though, Emily Large. And then we can't rule out Kiana McInnes either. Obviously, Kiana burst onto the international scene a couple of years ago now, but now training under Steve Tigg at University of Stirling, seems to be developing and seems to be continuing there. So that 3-way battle could be an interesting race as well.
3-way battle, as you say, and also that little confidence boost of coming out in lane 4, you know, it does help, but as you said, every lane there counts. You know, some people might hold a little bit back for this evening final. It isn't too long between the morning heats and the evening finals, so, you know, hold back on the gas, let it all rip tonight. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to keep going through all the races that I like, because I've looked at loads of races. So, I mean, there is a swimmer. It's not necessarily a battle. You never know until it happens, obviously. But a swimmer that always stands out for me, Stephen Milne. Stephen Milne, quite an all-rounder, isn't he? He's a quiet guy. You ever spoke to Stephen?
I haven't spoken to him, no.
Stephen's a quiet...
That's probably why.
Quiet, unassuming guy. But when he turns up, we know he's got world medals, he's got European medals, he's got Olympic medals, so he's thereabouts. Wide range of events as well. You never know what Stephen's going to swim. Tonight we're going to see him in the 200 backstroke. Normally expect to see him in freestyle. Still interesting though, qualified there in lane 3 into the A final, so must be pretty handy.
He's done a really good heat this morning.
He's up against a couple of our foreign swimmers who this time I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce, but yeah, so that'll be an interesting one. And my final one that we have definitely seen when we look at these start lists for these finals, there's a definite Mona McSharry versus Edinburgh University battle going on. So Mona goes in both the 50 metre freestyle and the 50 metre breaststroke. Now, interestingly, 2 events apart. So will she have the stamina to be able to battle through both of those? Only a 50, but we know that's where the lactic will build up. That'll be a flat out sprint. But again, she's going up against Edinburgh University swimmers in both of those. So in the freestyle, up against Lucy Hope, so a well-known Edinburgh University swimmer, and then going up against Cara Hanlon in her other event. So be interesting to see, because obviously there's a little bit of a connection there, isn't there?
It's really what race is she going to prioritise, because, you know, as you said, they're 2 apart, so she has to make a decision where she puts most of her energy. But either way, she's up against Edinburgh Uni tonight.
Definitely that connection though, because obviously, as we may know, John Sharanek is one of the coaches at National Centre Limerick, now over in Ireland. Previously was at Edinburgh University, so do you think he's got any little insider tips for Mona?
I'm sure he's passed something on, you know. You always keep a good relationship with your coaches, you know, you keep in touch, so I'm sure he's passed a lot on.
Yeah, so obviously you've already mentioned that last battle that we're going to see as well. Our final event of the evening is going to be that one with Ross Murdoch in it, so I know you're excited about that, Tom. It's all you've spoke about all day.
It's going to be the highlight for me.
So obviously we've got lots of things going on. We will see what happens, but we will jump to another quick sponsors reel, and we will be back with you shortly.
So I've made my way all the way up to the spectators gallery here, and I'm joined by the guys from City of Glasgow swim team here tonight to enjoy the finals. I've got David and Yusuf. Hi guys.
Hi.
So tell me, what events are you looking forward to most tonight?
50 breast.
50 breast. And what swimmers do you think are going to be, who do you really want to cheer on down the pool tonight? Ross Murdoch and Ross Murdoch. We've got the Ross Murdoch fan club here, and also you've got one of your own teammates, Katie Shanahan. Are you going to be cheering her on?
Yeah, obviously.
Definitely, that's great. So, you guys are swimmers. Tell me, what is your favourite stroke to race? Oh wow, we've got freestyle versus breaststroke here. So, how do you need to train for that? Do you do lots of training? How many times a week are you in the water?
I train 5 times a week.
Wow, 5 times a week, and so young, guys. What ages are you?
I'm 12.
12 years old, 5 training sessions a week. It just shows you that swimming isn't for the faint-hearted. Now, I'm sitting here in the spectator gallery at Tollcross. Now, this is one of many events coming up on the calendar this year, and we're going to see a message from the European Short Course Championships coming up in December.
Good evening and welcome to Tollcross International Sports Centre, Swimming Centre in Glasgow for session 3 of the Glasgow International Swim Meet. If you were with us today, you would heard me this morning. Duncan McKinnell was with you this afternoon. I'm Robert Taylor. I'll be doing commentary this evening. With me is Andrew Buchanan. Good evening, Andrew. He'll be doing the analysis. So
yeah, it's great. It's great to be
tonight.
here. Really looking forward to tonight. We've got some cracking races ahead. We've got various members of some of the GB teams going to the European Juniors and World Juniors, the World University Games and the World Championships. And we're going to see them in action tonight. People like Emma Russell. She's up in the 200 IM, early doors. We've got Katie Shanahan in the final, Glasgow girl in the final of 200 IM. Coming head to head with Amy Wilmot, who's going to the World Championship. She's the Commonwealth Games champion for the 400 IM. And then the men's 200 IM is looking really stacked. We've got George Clough, who's been to the European Juniors before. We've got Archie Goodburn, who's going this year. Callum Laurie, who's a GB medalist and trained primarily at First, but now at University of Stirling. And we've got Mark Saranic, who, if you think way back, was at Carnegie swim team, but then he's been out in Florida and he's back at University of Stirling, and he was the NC2A champion a few years ago in the 200 IM. So that men's 200 IM is looking particularly stacked. So it's going to be a great start to the evening. And then moving on later in the evening, we've got the women's 100 butterfly has got internationalists galore.
What can you say about that one?
Well, we've got Hannah Miley.
Yep.
So multi-distance, multi-event medalist. Kiana McInnes and Emily Large, they got gold and bronze at the last World Junior Championships at the 200 fly. And then we've got Katie Robertson and Kathleen Dawson. So they're switching up to fly from breast and backstroke, but they're Scottish and British international. So that's looking particularly tasty later on in the evening. And then moving forward to the women's 200 backstroke again, we've got Hannah Miley up again. Which is kind of par for the course for her.
Yeah, she's back from injury, and good to see her performing. And even this morning and some of the heats, well, she was just doing enough to qualify. It wasn't a question of finishing third; it was finishing second, and just putting that little bit to make sure she get a good position for the finals this evening.
And she does look like she's taking that kind of longer view and that longer build up to the Tokyo Olympics and recovering from her injuries and not so much focusing on this season, but it's great to see her back, and it's great to see her swimming so many events.
Great for the kids as well that they see this veteran, which she is, but still giving it 100%.
Oh, she's a great example to all the young swimmers.
But yeah, that's an interesting one. Cassie Wilde looked very relaxed. Actually, always treated it like a swim down, and still did a 220.
Oh, I think they've got a lot more to give tonight. Those girls, they've got a lot more to give tonight.
Yeah, and then we've backstroke again. Craig McNally, another veteran at 27.
Absolutely.
So up against a couple of Greeks who are over. We have a very, very large contingent of the Danish junior team. Again, they were here last year. Delighted to see them here, and also quite a good contingent from the north of England up here. Of course, this is the last weekend for the qualifying window for various events in the summer. So
there's a couple of them in that 200 backstroke actually.
Yeah.
So Charlie Brown's going to the European Juniors. He's up from Sheffield, and Nicholas Pyle's going to. He's more a 50-100 backstroker, but he's going to the World Champs for backstroke. So that's going to be particularly interesting how the maybe 50-100 backstrokers swim that race compared to someone like Craig, who's very much a 200 backstroker and got that strong back end.
Yeah, and Mona McSharry, Youth Olympic Games, so she's also up there on the 50 towards the end against our own Lucy Hope.
Yes, Lucy and Rachel Masson, they're veterans, been at a couple of Commonwealth Games each, so that there's plenty of experience in that women's 50 freestyle final.
Also have what you could almost class a veteran, Stephen Milne, doing freestyle, backstroke and butterfly. I think he's in 3 finals this evening, so I know he's not in the centre lanes, but very versatile swimmer, very gutsy, gives everything, in both in training and in the pool. So
I think that's a hallmark of the Perth programme, isn't it? And the work that Anne Dixon does up there. And Stephen's been like that since he's a junior. He does lots of events, works really hard. He's a great racer, and it's going to be really interesting to see how someone that typically does 100s, 200s and up matches up against people like Judge Thorpe and Callum Bain, who are very much 50 swimmers who have got a lot of power and speed, and have both beaten the Commonwealth Games and swam in the 50 freestyle.
of course we've got Ross Murdoch and Craig Benson to finish the evening in that 50 breaststroke. I think my money probably might be just maybe on Benson to pull something out perhaps this evening.
It's going to be interesting.
It's a very close one.
Of course, they're back to the senior Rosses. He's going to swim that 200 breaststroke back in 2014 Games.
Those of you who were with us this morning and this afternoon probably see it's a little bit different this evening. I think there'll be a few lighting changes. Nice lovely black backdrop there. As Andrew was saying, we've got a fantastic programme this evening. All the events, we have a C final, which is effectively a junior final, a B final and an A final for every event this evening, with the exception of our very first event. We kick off with a men's 1500 freestyle. This is actually the fastest heat. And what we will be doing is introducing the swimmers in both the fastest heat of our freestyle, and also we'll introduce our swimmers for the A final before those get underway. This is our very first event, Andrew, 1500 freestyle.
It's great to see so many younger, there's stacks with teenagers in there. We've also got the Danish team over the full European junior.
We have indeed, yeah.
Denmark, and it looks like we've got one of the internationals up here in lane 3. It's going to be really interesting to see how he stacks up against one of the Greek internationals in lane 4 and some of the Greek squatters in the race.
So quickly run through the swimmers. Carlos from Barna in lane 9, Ryan Duncan, we've seen him go past our both St Thomas. Thomas Jeffers from Perth City in 8. Alex Preston Robbins in 1 from University of Stirling. Here we have half the Midlothians, Angus Rutherford. He goes in lane 7. In lane 2, from City Glasgow, local lad, Marshall Willingworth. In lane 6, from Newcastle swim team, is Alfie Kelly. In lane 3, from the Danish junior national team, Oscar Lindholm. And in lane 5, from City Sheffield, Sam Budd. And final swimmer in lane 4, Dimitris Nigris from Greece. So hopefully this evening. The Greek names will be a little bit better. We've been polishing up, or I've been polishing up on my Greek since this morning. So those of you over in Greece who are watching us, if you are, thanks very much for joining us. Middle of the afternoon or early afternoon over in Greece. And it looks as though Sam Budd from the city of Sheffield hasn't reported, so he's not taking part in this one. So that will mean Demetrius, who's in lane 4, has an advantage on paper, and it's all different on paper as it is in the pool, of around 25 seconds on the next fastest swimmer, who's Oscar Lindholm from the Danish junior team. So 30 lengths of the pool ahead of us. So
very much like they're taking it out nice and smoothly, looking to try and get into an early rhythm and see if they can start to kind of nail down those splits for each 50 metres, so that they're kind of knocking out a consistent pace over the race.
Always important to go off, nice and steady, not go out too fast, and just, as you say, just get into a nice rhythm, get the first couple under your belt, and then, make sure that virtually every 100 thereafter is almost like clockwork. And these guys are so experienced, I'm pretty sure they'll be getting well into the rhythm. And it's Demetrius 58.59, already a good body length clear of Oscar Lindholm from Denmark. Demetrius fourth at the Mediterranean Games, his entry time 15.13.13. Andrew, that's where that comes from.
Wow. Yeah, he's definitely laid a marker down here. He's 28 up the first 50, then a 30, and then a 29.9 there. So he's opened up a sizable early lead. It's going to be interesting to see if Lindholm can actually keep with him.
So if he's going to be on a pace of 15.13, we're probably looking somewhere about 101 pace after the first couple of hundred or so, turning in a 158.98. So just over a minute for that second 100. So we'd expect at the 300, if the rhythm is near enough 101, to be pretty bang on 3 minutes, Andrew.
Absolutely, he definitely looked like he's taking this out and looking to kind of take on towards his entry time, that 15.13. That's another 30 point that he's knocking in there for that 50.
And just to give you a feel for the entry times in this one, just the 3 swimmers, and as we say, Sam Budd not taking part, so only the 2 swimmers effectively under 16 minutes, all the rest 16.14, 16.19 and upwards, everyone else just under the 17-minute mark. So the rest will be some way behind. So
another 60 point there, another 30 there. He looks like he's got himself into a really nice rhythm. He's breathing every 2 to his left. He's kind of got a fairly steady but consistent 6-beat leg kick that's kind of balancing everything out. When you look at some of the other swimmers, distance swimmers, quite often they're a couple of kicks, 2-beat leg kicks, couple of kicks, and then just let them drift for a bit. So he's definitely taking it out.
So that third 100, 60.5. So it's a nice steady pace that he's built up already.
Absolutely. He looks like he's most definitely out to try and get under that 15.13. And of course, the meet record here is 15.39. So he's way on track to go under that 20-25 seconds under that at this rate.
Of course, that meet record set last year, Andrew. This just the second year that we've had the Glasgow International Swim Meet. And certainly the venue has attracted a good field this year. we did have quite a contingent over from Southern Ireland, but of course so many different events on at this time of the year that we've not managed to get them to come and support the meet, but we do have some from Northern Ireland over, and as I said earlier, we've got a good contingent from the north of England who have probably decided let's go up and compete against the Scots and the Danes and the Greeks rather than swim against some of our local swimmers in Lancashire and Yorkshire.
I think the opportunity to
area.
swim against other different people than you would week to week at competitions, but also to swim in a venue such as this. It's a world-class venue, 50-metre long course pool. There's very few facilities like this anywhere in the UK, in fact. So I'm not surprised to see people coming up from the likes of Sheffield and Newcastle and taking advantage of the opportunity to race here.
Of course, we had the British Championships here, and we've got some of the events in July. We've got the age groups coming up here as well, and the short course, European short course in December. So, the pool's getting used for a lot of international events.
That's Negris still knocking out those 30 points. He's
indeed.
Just got that rhythm, 30 point for every 50, 60 point, knocking under the 61s just for every 100.
So we'd expect something about 6:01 and a half here. And it's certainly pacing well inside that 15:13, Andrew.
Yeah, I think he's at this stage you'd be looking to get under 15:10, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Somewhere between 15:05 and 15:08, hopefully.
Well, that's probably the slowest one we've seen.
50,
yeah,
just
a little bit, just a little bit under 61 seconds.
Looked like he took an extra stroke, took a double breath, breathing to both sides, gliding into the turn a little bit, and just losing a little bit of momentum on the way into the turn.
About 16 seconds further back is Oscar Lindholm. He was second in this event last year. Third at the Danish Open, and his time of 15:48.16 comes from the European Juniors, where he finished 18th, and you could say 18th. Well, what should we take into that? That's a pretty good performance in Europe.
18th in Europe.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take that any day.
And he does look the speed. Although he's a sizable distance behind our leader, he does seem to be swimming on a pace pretty much for that entry time of 15:48.
And he's 3 years younger as well, Andrew.
Absolutely.
Of course, age is 18, but it's age on 31st of December. And probably the best part of 30-metre advantage now between the first two swimmers. Very good race for third place. Marshall Illingworth and Alfie Kelly. Well, we spoke about one of the local lads, Marshall Illingworth here, City Glasgow swimmer, 19-year-old senior bronze squad member. Marshall's competing today, and a couple of weeks' time he'll be down at Windermere, at Lake Windermere, taking part in the open water.
He's certainly got the pedigree for this event then, and you'd expect the longer the race grows, that's going to play to his strength. If he's an open water swimmer, he'll be used to swimming 2, 3, 5k. So 1500 metres is a bit of a sprint for him almost.
Yeah, the Great North Swim down at Lake Windermere on Saturday the 8th of June. So if you have nothing better to do in the Lake District, folks, and you want to come down to Lake Windermere to support a wide range of swimmers from the UK, he'll be there, and Marshall will be representing City of Glasgow. And he's fourth place at the moment, just behind Alfie Kelly. Not much between the two.
That does look like the key battle in the race. Everyone else is pretty much swimming their own race, swimming their own schedule. But third and fourth are kind of fighting it out for that podium place.
Well, 9:04.42.
That was another 30.5 there.
Yeah.
He really is knocking it out at between 60.5 and 61.0.
.9:28 for Oscar, so he's some 24 seconds further back in second place.
It's fascinating when you look at Oscar and you look at Demetrius, the difference in the way that they're swimming. Demetrius has got a faster turnover, a higher rate, stroke rate, and a more consistent 6-beat leg kick, and he's clearly taking more strokes in the length, whereas Oscar's got a far longer stroke. He's got a much slower stroke rate, and he's getting much more distance per stroke. But a more intermittent 2-beat leg kick. He's almost dragging his legs there.
Well, 10:05.72. That was 61.3. So you just wonder if Demetrius is just beginning to find it a little bit tougher in this
the latter stages.
section. Doesn't really want to drop the pace much more in the next couple of hundred and try and build again into the last 200 or 300 metres. And certainly, as you say, Andrew, for some of the other lads, Tom Jeffers, Angus Rutherford, Guy Carless, Ryan Duncan and Alex Crosland-Robbins, all about just swimming their own race and see what happens if they can get a good PB or close to their entry time at this time in the season. A lot of these lads will still be in hard training.
It looks like Alfie Kelly in lane 6 has just started to open a little bit of gap on Marshall Illingworth over there in lane 3. So lane 2 rather. It looks like he's starting to win the battle for that bronze medal.
11:06.94, just again a little bit over 61 seconds. So he just hopes that he can maybe just pick it up a little bit in the last 300 or 400 and try and get under 15:10 if possible. Absolutely. He's certainly well inside that 15:13 by at least a couple of seconds, you fancy. Sometimes in a 15 or 800 you get a really, really close finish. You know, you get 2 or 3 swimmers that are nip and tuck throughout, and it's a bit cat and mouse. This isn't the case this evening, but it's wonderful to see this performance in the pool from Dimitris. 12:08.43. Well, he's maybe just trying to get through the pain barrier here.
Absolutely. Paying ever so slightly for perhaps a bit of the early pace. That was 61.5, I think.
Yeah,
61.5
just a little bit.
So his slowest 100 of the race.
Yeah.
And it's now he's with 250 metres to go. He's almost got a battle on to try and make sure he does a PB rather than even getting under 15:10, unless he can just pick it up ever so slightly here.
Yeah, that seemed to be about a 30.9 there. So yeah, this is probably the hard bit, just to try and get through this last little stage.
Coming up to 200 metres to go, so that's 4 lengths of the pool.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much at the speed he's kind of dropped to now. He's pretty much on his PB pace.
Yeah, 13:10. This is where it is just beginning to hurt, but he knows he's only got 200, and I'm sure he'll start digging in again and just trying to inject that little bit of extra energy.
He's trying to increase his stroke rate there, turning his arms over a little bit quicker, and he's bringing in his legs. You can see the bubble and the froth coming off the back of his legs there.
Certainly that leg kick going a little bit stronger now. 150 to go. Well, it looks as though he's just trying to pick up a wee bitty here. At about a 30.8 there. Let's hope that he can get inside that 15:13.
Hopefully we'll see that he gets a little bit of boost as he gets
the
the
bell.
bell with 100 metres
Exactly.
to go. Checked a little bit of speed into the arms and a bit of power into the legs.
Well, 14:11:86. Again, just around 61.7. But of course, he doesn't have to worry about doing the tumble turn at the end. He can be flying at the last 5 metres and hopefully get just inside 15:12.
His coach, you can see his coach from the Greek national team on the side really waving on, encouraging him to try and bring in those legs and increase the pace. I think at the moment he's probably looking at 15:12 unless he can bring it back particularly strongly.
Well, that was around a 30.5, so we're probably just inside 15:13. And it's always great when you do a distance event and you get a PB, even if it's only 200ths of a second.
He's bringing it out strongly. He needs to get his head down.
Well, he's actually managed to
there.
take almost a couple of seconds off that time. That was a cracking swim, having to do it right from the front on his own.
Very strong final 50 there, 28.9, really bringing it home strongly.
Now Oscar Lindholm, third at the Danish Open. He looks very relaxed still coming down this final
Looks like
20 or so.
He's bringing his legs in a little bit more than he did before. This will be the ideal preparation for Oscar and his teammates leading into the European Junior Championships in the summer.
Well, it's a pretty good time, 15:52.32. Just about four seconds over his entry time, but again, when you've no one really to go with. Alfie Kelly from Newcastle swim team, 16:14.06 was his entry time.
So
that comes from the Irish Championships where he finished second.
Just over the 16:20
And
there.
again, a pretty respectable time, 16:22.99. Marshall Lillingworth coming in fourth place. He was fourth year last year and second at national age groups. 16:36.64. Well, this time of the season, that's pretty respectable for Marshall. At 17 seconds over that entry time.
Looks like Angus Rutherford for Hearts and Lane Sevens coming there in fifth in 16:46.34.
Angus just around 10-11 seconds over that entry time. So good swims all round. As you can see, when we finish the race, all the local lads will stay in the pool, but some of the performance swimmers are more accustomed to have done the race. I just want to get out. Certainly the case with Dimitris. So there's that final result on your screen.
Quite some swim for Demetrios Negris there, a new personal best and 28 seconds off the meet record that was set last year. So it's a great way to kick us off for the evening, and now we're moving on to the women's 200 IM.
Yeah, we don't have much time to wait, going pretty quickly. This is the junior final. So in lane 0 we have Morven Lister from Carnegie. In 1, Emma Russell from Heart of Midlothian. Rachel Hornby from Wigan Best goes in lane number 2. In 3, Elise McQueenie, City of Glasgow. Lucy Grieve from South Ayrshire in 4. In lane number 5, Zan Pinfold from the City of Oxford. Grace Conroy, City of Sheffield in 6. Scarlett Ferris, Dundee City Aquatics in 7. Jacqueline McMillan from Carnegie in 8. And Alicia Bain, University of Aberdeen Performance, goes in 9. Fastest qualifier was Youth Development Squad member Lucy Grieve from South Ayrshire, 2:27.96. It's the women's 200 metres individual medley. It's the junior final. Some pretty good juniors in this one. I did mention Emma Russell, very strong on freestyle. Lucy Grieve, a fantastic butterfly. So we'll see her go out very strongly. Byron,
local girl Elise McQueenie,
yeah.
representing City of Glasgow. It's looking like, judging by the times they set this morning in the heats, it looks like it's going to be a tight race overall. But as with the IM and the specialists, the lead's likely to change a number of times over the course of the race.
Lucy Grieve is the West District champion. Her time into the meet, 2:24.80. Of course, some of these girls doing enough probably just to get into the junior final. We'll see how this one goes.
Very strong off the blocks there, Lucy Grieve, and doing a lot of work underwater, or a dolphin kick and straight into the lead there.
Emma Russell also going well over in lane 1. Her butterfly pretty useful as well.
Hannah's going to the European Juniors, representing Britain this year. Freestyle specialist, I think she's swimming the 100 freestyle and the freestyle relay.
30.41 for Lucy. Scarlett Ferris in that pink cap of Dundee City Aquatics, also going particularly well. Very useful backstroker. So we expect her to be pretty prominent. Jacqueline McMillan, lane 8 will come through. Fancy to try and get back into the picture. Lucy Grieve, Scarlett Ferris and Emma Russell. I think Scarlett just with the advantage. Emma Russell's probably weakest section is her breaststroke. That might give the other girls the opportunity to put some daylight between the two. And Scarlett Ferris looking good. And, here comes the swimmer beside her, Grace Conroy from the city of Sheffield. She's making some headway. Emma Russell still hanging in there pretty well in lane 1. We know she's got a fantastic freestyle to finish with. Can she keep within striking distance of Scarlett Ferris here, Andrew?
Grace Conroy is looking like she's driving through in that breaststroke. A very, very strong breaststroke leg kick is going to bring her into contention. But it looks like at the moment it's lane 1 and lane 7 that are turning together, and it's all going to be down to the freestyle.
Well, 1/10 of a second between Scarlett and Emma, and at this point my money would be on Emma Russell to try and get this job done on the freestyle. But Scarlett Ferris in 7 is not going to be denied. She's still there, as is Lucy Grieve, and finishing extremely strongly in lane number 2. Rachel Hornby from Wigan Best. This very tight finish here. Emma Russell, Lucy Grieve, Emma Russell, Lucy Grieve. That's the 1-2, and in lane 2, I think, Rachel Hornby, Emma Russell, 2:25.52. That was some finish.
1/100th of a second over Lucy Grieve in lane 4. It was an exceptionally strong last 25 from Lucy. Almost got there in the end, but Emma Russell hung on and won by 100th of a second.
Well, I thought it was a bigger distance than that. I'm glad I got that call right here, Andrew. So this is the B final. We'll just run through the swimmers in this one. We have Victoria Dawson, Southport Swimming Club goes in 0. Sophie Barker, the City of Sheffield in lane 1. Lucy Ross from East Kilbride goes in 2. Cara Hanlon, Edinburgh University 3. Mary Swanson, University of Aberdeen Performance in 4. Fee Donaghy, Borough of Stockton in 5. Sophie Louise Nim from Glencoe in lane number 6. Katie Taylor, City of Glasgow 7. Thea Bloomstenberg from the Danish junior national team in 8, and her teammate Amelia Anderson in 9. So this is the B final.
Again, we've got quite a diverse field here, I would say. You know, if you look over there in lanes 7 and 8, you've got Thea Blomstenberg from Denmark. She's a European Youth Olympic medalist in breaststroke, and then beside her in lane 7, you've got local girl Katie Taylor. She's going to the open water in Mallorca for the Best Fest, so it's going to be interesting to see how the lead changes hands again in this race as people play at their strengths.
This really could go to anyone here, because B final, some of these girls maybe didn't work too hard and maybe dropped out of the A and the B, or worked very hard to get it here. Well, good start from most of the field here. Very hard to pick out. Leader here is about 5, almost on a line, Andrew. Certainly going well, I think, in lane 5 perhaps, is Faye Donaghy from the body of Stockton. We'll see who's going to turn first here.
Katie Taylor.
Well, Faye Donaghy, it's actually Katie Taylor, I think, 30.52. Very good
off
turn.
the wall from Katie there, really worked the underwater, popped up in the lead.
Her
She came out
backstroke's
that
she's a very good backstroker. Her breaststroke, unfortunately, is her weaker section, but we know she'll be flying as Emma Russell, her old teammate from Hearts, did in the C final. But, coming through very nicely is Mary Swanson, also a useful backstroker. Ex-Wonder swimmer now up at University of Aberdeen. Well, it's Mary Swanson with the advantage at halfway, and her breaststroke's not bad either. 107.25, 107.96 for Katie, and Faye 108.32, all to play for with the breaststroke. Well, there's about 4 or 5 pretty tightly bunched here, Andrew. It's anybody still.
And Cara Hanlon in lane 3, she's a breaststroke specialist, so I expect to see her making a move on this length, particularly strong on the 50 and the 100 breaststroke. And she is starting to move through now. She's moving into the lead, in fact, in the last 10 metres of this breaststroke leg.
And also coming very strongly, Thea Bloomstenberg in lane 8, Andrew. Those two have had cracking breaststrokes, and the rest have got a lot to do. Cara Hanlon, Thea Bloomstenberg. Let's see who can finish the stronger of the two. Oh, Cara Hanlon has had a very good breaststroke and looks well clear now.
It's going to be the ground that she put in, the gap that she managed to pull away in that last 10 to 15 metres of the breaststroke's given her enough of a buffer that Mary and Katie that are coming home strongly on this freestyle leg, they're just going to run out of pool in terms of trying to run her down.
Well, very close for third, second and third. Well, let's compliment Cara Hanlon on a cracking race. Plenty of experience, of course, Cara. 2:23.37. Well, it looks as though Katie Taylor snatched second place. Unbelievable. 2:24.86. Thea Bloomstenberg 2:24.88 and 2:24.89. I think Mary Swanson was next to nothing there.
700ths covering second to fifth.
Yeah.
So it was a blanket finish. I think Katie Taylor in the last just couple of strokes
Yeah.
got her head
Yeah.
down, got
Yeah.
her hand on the wall.
Yeah.
You'd be pleased about that, Robert.
I would be very. I'm sure she'll be very pleased with its cracking swim. I'm sure Ian Wright will be delighted.
He will indeed.
Might have to have a rethink about what she does next year.
Time for the final.
So on to our lane final. In lane 9 we have Orla Adams from University of Aberdeen. Katie McKenzie, City Glasgow, goes in 0. Tara Hayward from Edinburgh University in 8. Victoria Pallinson from the Danish junior team in lane 1. Clara Wright Bar Anderson from the Danish juniors in 7. Nicoletta Pavlopoulou in lane 2 from Greece. In 6, Yvonne Brown from East Kilbride. In 3, we have Katrina Wheelinson from Aalborg. In lane 5, Katie Shannon, City Glasgow. And in 4, Amy Wilmot, University of Stirling. Amy giving us a nice wee wave there. And she was a very strong fancy. Steve Tigger, our coach, is saying that she's a little bit under the weather, but I don't think that's going to affect her too much in this one.
Commonwealth champion in the 400 IM, and so that kind of background, the amount of training and the fitness that you have to put in the bank for a 400 IM should stand her in good stead here. But we've got plenty of internationals here. We've got Katie Shanahan, who's going to the European Juniors, a couple of junior Danish internationals and a Greek junior international. So sure to be an exciting race.
Katie Shannon in this event just the other month broke the British age group record in the 200. So a very talented youngster. You see that blue cap with the sort of G in lane 5. She'll certainly finish very strongly. So this is the 200 metres A final. And
Respect, I think, ever so slightly up in the lead there. Amy Wilmot showing her experience and good work under the water.
Katrina Wilson, Alberg, she's going well in lane number 3. And, Amy Wilmot well there as well, Andrew. As is Katie Shanahan. A Danish lass in 3 with that early touch, 29.41.
It's always interesting when they go from a slow turnover stroke like butterfly to a kind of alternate arm stroke like back crawl, where you want to get the turnover up, who can get into the rhythm early in the race and kind of set the tone for that backstroke leg. But there's 4 girls that are pretty much there in the line in lanes 2, 3, 4 and 5. And as is often the case in what we've seen in the last two medley races, the breaststroke leg can be the one that makes the difference.
I know Amy Wilmot, very good breaststroke, lovely turn from Amy and a good turn from the girls either side of her. Katie Shannon will do well to try and keep just on the shoulder of Amy Wilmot here. But, going very nicely in lane 2 is Nicoletta Papapoulou, a Greek swimmer. She's second at the moment. Katie Shannon in 3rd, and coming through very strongly Yvonne Brown in lane number 6 to try and get into the mix. 400 would be a better distance for Yvonne, but she's turning in 4th place. Amy Wilmot using all her experience there, Andrew.
She's stretching out the breaststroke leg, she's just moved away from the field and she's got into her rhythm in the freestyle, breathing every 2 and every 4, so every couple of strokes she's putting her head down, trying to increase her stroke rate, driving towards the wall. Looks like she's got first in the place. Katie Shannon's hands coming home extremely strongly, but I don't think she's quite going to get there for seconds.
Settle for 3rd, I think. Yeah. So 2:15.10 only time for Amy, 2:16.22 for Nicoletta, and Katie Shanahan 2:16.48. Not that far behind in 3rd place. Just a second or so slower than her personal best. Adrienne Wilson and Yvonne Brown not all that much further back in 4th and 5th. That was a very, very interesting race. But, as we suspected, Amy Wilmot using all her experience to get that one done pretty easily at the end. So we move to the men's equivalent. This is our junior final in lane 0. Rooney McKinnon from Mulgine-Bearstown. Jake Kirkham from 1st is in 1. Greg Fairbairn, Bellshill Sharks in 2. Matthew Woodall, City of Sheffield in 3. John Keane, Swim West Lothian in 4. Ryan Zeo from Newcastle Swim Team in 5. Stefan Kravitz from East Lothian in 6. Jack Smith, Cockermouth 7. Cameron Allison goes in 8 from Dumfries. And in lane 9, Thomas Coates from Swim West Lothian. Well, maybe Thomas Coates. He is there, not on our screen. There we have that light blue cap of Swim West Lothian. Cameron Allison beside him.
A great opportunity for these junior swimmers. I think it's the Glasgow meet, City Glasgow meet is one of the first meets to introduce this notion of A, B and C finals and have a C final dedicated to the junior swimmers and give them the opportunity to swim twice in a day, come back in the evening and race alongside the senior internationals. I think it's an invaluable opportunity.
And a whole mixture of ages. A 13-year-old Stefan Kravitz, you see that black cap 4 up from us, East Lothian. Very promising youngster. And his butterfly is probably the best of his 4 strokes, and he's well to the fore after that first section. And 28.26, Rory McKinnon on that far side from Mulgine-Bearstown. Rory will finish very strongly on freestyle, and he's going pretty well on the backstroke section on that far side at the moment, Andrew. Just dropping back a little bit now as Matthew Woodall from City of Sheffield comes through. And, yes, it is still Matthew Woodall. Greg Fairbairn, youth development squad member from Bellshill Sharks, tracking him. He's got a very useful breaststroke, as Greg. Let's see if he can put that into practice and give Matthew a challenge down This next section, John Keane from Swim West Lothian, also extremely
Greg Fairbairn's
useful.
making his move there. He's made his move on the breaststroke.
Look for John Keane, as was British champion a couple of years ago in this breaststroke, and he's certainly coming through very strongly indeed, as is Jack Smith from Cockermouth in that yellow cap in 7. It's advantage Greg Fairbairn. His freestyle's useful as well. I can't see past Greg Fairbairn.
He's working
and this
strong
one,
off the wall. He's bringing his legs in. He's got up into his stroke. He's going to be very tough to catch now.
Fantastic turn as well off that wall. Probably gained about a length and a half. And yeah, it's all bar done the shouting here. Greg Fairbairn, you see that white cap with the little sharp, Bellshill sharp. Well clear. John Keane in second, and the Cockermouth lad Jack Smith takes third to 11.25. That was pretty impressive.
5 second improvement, 5.5 seconds improvement from his heats this morning.
John Keane 2:13.29, Jack Smith 2:14.38. Well, let's see final as we move on to the B final. Lads just making their way poolside. So in lane 0 we have Wander's Angus Allison. In lane 1, Zach Logie from City of Sunderland. In 2, Nicholas Blanche from Aalborg. In lane 3, Carl Lundborg from Glentoff. In lane 4, Daniel Jurgirdis from Greece. Andrew McIntosh, Edinburgh University in 5. Fraser Allison, Wander Bass is in 6. Christopher Anderson, the Danish junior national team in 7. Pierce Greening from Cockermouth in 8. And Gianno Napolitano, University of Stirling in lane 9. This is the B final of the men's 200 individual medley. A Greek youngster, Daniel Jurgirdis, fastest qualifier, 2:11.39. Interesting that you had to go sub 2:10 to get in the A final. Nobody did a 2:10. Everybody was 2:11 or slower for the B final. Again, this could come from anybody, as we had in the B final earlier on with Cara Hanlon from 3, second place, lane 7. And a good strong start.
This is going to be disappointed not to have made it into that final with a best time, a seed time of 2:04. So expect to see him try and step it up this evening.
He certainly has stepped it up, 27.45. Also going well in lane 3, Nicholas Blanche, a Danish swimmer from Aalborg. Those two, along with Zach Logie from City of Sunderland, just pulling away on the backstroke section. I know, keep your eye open for lane 5. Andrew McIntosh, fantastic breaststroker. I know he's sitting probably about 7th or 8th at the turn, but I fancy him to get himself into the mix here.
Very
Zach
strong
Logie.
off the wall there, Andrew McIntosh. Very strong off the wall. He's already started to make his move. He's passed a couple of people already.
Well, gone about 25 metres, and he's got about 1.5 metres to make up on Zach Logie. And we've now got Daniel Jurgirdis coming through on the breaststroke, along with Andrew McIntosh. Those two just beginning to pull away from the field. Very important to get a good turn. Both lads very strong off the wall there, Andrew.
Absolutely. It looked. I was thinking that Andrew, who had pushed on the breaststroke, might be able to close down on coming off the wall. But Danny just had a very strong turn, underwater dolphin kick, and up into his front crawl. I think it looks like he's going to hold off Andrew. Although over there in lane 1, Zach Logue's coming strong with a very strong final 50. Head down for the last 6-7 metres.
Jurgirdis does take it. 209.36. Zach Logue, 209.72, much faster than they were this morning. And Andrew McIntosh, 211.02. I'm sure Andrew will be pretty pleased with that in the B final. 209.11 coming into the meet, Andrew. So we move on to our A final. So please welcome swimmers as they meet their way poolside in lane number 9 from the Danish junior national team, Arthur Elgaard. In lane 0, also from the Danish junior team, Lucas Stroberg. In lane 8, University of Stirling's Callum Laurie. In lane 1, also University of Stirling, Mark Sharanek. Looks pretty relaxed, Mark. Nicholas Havas from Greece in lane 7. In lane 2 from Bangor, Jack McMillan. In lane 6 from Maunder Baths, Archie Goodburn. In lane 3 from Edinburgh University, Thomas Topias. In lane 5 from the University of Stirling is George Clough. And in lane 4 from Panathinaikos, Georgios Panadikis. That's the men's A final. Now, Panadikis, 2:05.01 by 2.5 seconds faster than the rest of the field. George Clough beside him in lane number 5. Let's see if any of these lads can challenge. But, you fancy Mark Sharanek might surprise them out of lane 1.
Oh, absolutely. Former NCTUA's champion at college in America, and I think 4th in the Commonwealth Games and 5th last summer in the European Championships in this very pool. So he's got pedigree in this event. We'll be looking to go much faster, I think.
I'm sure Mark did more than enough to qualify. He knew he'd qualified, and he might be quite happy being in lane 1 and not anybody keeping an eye on him.
Outside smoker.
Jack McMillan from Bangor going out very well in lane 2. Certainly our Greek swimmer in 4, Panadikis, also going very nicely indeed. 25.90, 25.70 for Jack, those two. Mark Sharanek, about a second or so further back.
Very strong off the walls there, Mark. Used 13, 14 metres of the 15 metres you're allowed underwater. Closed down a little bit after where they were placed after the fly leg.
Even at this stage, George Clough in lane 5, very strong breaststroke, but he's an awful long way back here at halfway, Andrew. 57.31, 56.73 for McMillan, and 58.13 for Sharanek. And fancy the 1, 2, 3 is going to come from those three. It's looking good at the moment for Georgios Panadikis.
It looks like the Stirling boys, Mark in lane 1 and Callum Laurie over in lane 8 are definitely making a big move on the breaststroke leg here, moving at 2nd and 3rd place and starting to see if they can close down on our leader.
Callum Laurie's had a very good breaststroke, almost turning identically with Mark Sharanek, 800s between the two. Callum turning in 2nd. Mark Sharanek now getting to work, but there's not going to be enough water to get anywhere near Georgios Panadikis. He's about 4 clear. I think Laurie will have to settle for 3rd place. Well, finishing time of 2:02.22. Well, that's another meet record, Andrew.
Yeah, it looked like he was quite comfortable this morning, just nicking under it, but that's almost another 3 seconds off it there, 2:02.
Sharanek 2nd in 2:03.36 and Laurie 2:03.73 in 3rd. I did think Matt Sheranick would have been pretty close there. But a pretty dominant race for Spanidoukas.
He's Greek internationally, just led from the start, from the gun to the wall, and never really looked like, although he was put under pressure a little bit on that breaststroke leg, looked very comfortable when he got onto the freestyle and just kind of brought in the legs and kept the stroke rate high, and it was never really in doubt, I don't think, on that freestyle leg.
So this is our junior final for the girls 100 butterfly. Emma Russell in 0 from Heart of Midlothian. Amelia Robertson, Newcastle swim team in 1. Grace Conroy, City of Sheffield in 2. Jo Hobsley from Barnet Copthall in 3. Ellie Turner, Carnegie goes in 4. Natalie Jones, Warner Bass in 5. Chiara Tomasello from Stretford in 6. Eve Corrigan, Warner Bass Club in 7. Her teammate Millie Milne goes in 8. And in 9 from Newcastle swim team, Anna O'Brien. This is the junior final of the women's 100 butterfly. Of course, if any of the juniors swim faster, they'll either go into the A or B final. And we'll see if Emma Russell from lane 0, having won the IM, has recovered sufficiently to see if she can do herself justice in this one. Ellie Turner from Carnegie, fastest in this 105.09 through to 106.63. Over on that far side, Emma Russell and Amelia Robertson pretty well placed. At lane 6, Chiara Tomasello from Stretford has the advantage, Andrew, at the moment.
Very strong off the blocks there and on the water, that first 25, and was in a clear lead. But Ellie Turner from Carnegie looks like she's coming through a little bit on that second 25.
Ellie Turner certainly, I think, hit the wall first, but much better turn from the Stretford girl. Here comes Ellie Turner again. Those two just trying to build it in the final 25. Well, the two black caps and finishing very strongly. Eve Corrigan from Warner Bass in 7. This is beginning to tighten up. Eve Corrigan trying to get close to those two girls, but it's going to be in lane 4 by some margin. Ellie Turner finishing second in lane 3. Jo Hobsley. And Eve Corrigan got up to get third. Ellie Turner 104.18, 104.78. Jo Hobsley, Eve Corrigan 105.13. That's a super second 50 there from Carnegie lass.
Absolutely, I think she was very strong in the second half of both the lengths. She made her move in the second half of the first length, and she just pulled away from the field in the second half of the second length. I'd really be interested to see what she can do in a 200 fly. She looks like she's got a really strong stroke and a really nice rhythm there, and she's fitting in her breathing around her stroke, and it's not really breaking her stroke rate at all. So I think there'll be more to come from her in a 200 fly.
So on to our B final now, Andrew. We have Katie Goodburn, Warner Bass in 0. Melanie Jones, Borough Stockton 1. Kirsten Laurie, Edinburgh University 2. Emily Ford, City of Oxford 3. Lisa Riekhoff from Aalborg in 4. Meg Finnan, University of Stirling 5. Tara Hayworth, Edinburgh University 6. Isabel Jones, University of Stirling in 7. Jane Brown, Newcastle Swim Team in 8. Krista Wilson, Newcastle Swim Team in 9. Well, effectively 3 juniors in this one, in 1, 0 and 9. And because they swam that little bit faster, they get the opportunity to swim in this B final. That's Katie, Melody and Krista. Let's see if they can challenge their slightly older rivals. Lisa Riekhoff from Aalborg, 18-year-old, 104.01. Fastest into this B final. And well to the 4, Emily Ford, City Oxford in 3 there, Andrew. Got a good start.
It looks like that lane 4 now is starting to make a move and come through. So Lisa Riekhoff from Aalborg, she's moving into the lead, closely followed by Meg Finnan, University of Stirling, as they come up to turn at the 50.
And Lisa, the Danish junior champion, She's well into her stroke now, Andrew.
Very strong off the wall in lane 3 there, actually, from Emily Ford from Oxford. She closed right down into the leaders. And
Meg Finnan.
it looks like Katie Goodburn over in lane 1's, lane 0's making a move
she
with
is
the red
indeed.
cap, coming really strongly.
Meg Finnan putting a determined challenge at the end. This is a very tight finish. Katie Goodburn also there. Meg Finnan, I think, just takes that. 103.50. Emily Ford 103.67. Katie Goodburn 103.77. Lisa Rieckhoff 103.92. Well, Meg Finnan back at University of Stirling, having been based over in America, back in the UK, using all her experience. Very experienced on butterfly, just getting up to get that in the last few metres. So on to our A final. We have Julie Swanson from the Danish junior team in 9. Emma Reid from Bangor goes in 0. Caroline Barrett from the Danish junior team in 8. Also from the Danish junior team in lane 1, Gro Rasmussen. In lane 7 from South Ayrshire, Katie Robertson. In lane 2, University of Aberdeen Performance, Hannah Miley. In 6 from University of Stirling, Catherine Dawson. In lane 2 from University of Stirling, it's Kiana McInnes. In lane 5, Newcastle Swim Team, Emily Large. And in lane 4 from Edinburgh University, Tane Bruce. Now this is the 100 metres butterfly A final. Tane Bruce, Emily Large, Kiana McInnes. This has the makings of a cracker, Andrew.
Absolutely, I think it's going to be fascinating to see, especially how 3, 4 and 5 play this one out. You've got in lanes 5 and 3, you've got 200 butterfly specialists that were gold and bronze at the last World Juniors. And Tane Bruce, who of course she's good at all butterfly events. I think she's Scottish record holder on the 100. It's going to be fascinating to see who takes it out in the first 50 and who's got the strength in the second length to bring it home.
And of course, we've got backstroke specialist Kathleen Dawson in 6. Also interesting to see Katie Robertson in 7 in this butterfly final. No slouch either. But good start again from Tane Bruce in 4 there, Andrew.
Outstanding under the water and first up into the stroke and with clear water at the start, and she's set her stall out and she's going to have the lead, and it's going to be interesting to see how and if Emily Large can close her down on that second 50. I think the turn may be crucial in terms of Tane transferring her speed into that second 50.
You can see the distance off the wall, you know, almost 10 metres. She practices so much on the turns, Tane Bruce, and you feel she's just opening up that little bit advantage, but Emily Large will come back at her. There's not that much between the two, but Tane Bruce looks very strong, Andrew.
Yeah, she's got the strength in that last 25 to hold off the 200 fly swimmer, head down for the last 2 strokes.
Kathleen Dawson perhaps third. Well, Tane Bruce sub the minute, 59.22. Emily Large, 1:00:29. Was it Kiana that got third from Kathleen? It looks as though Kiana just got up to get third place. 59.22 for Tane Bruce. Emily Large, 1:00:29. Kiana McInnes, 1:01:71. 900ths ahead of Kathleen Dawson. Well, it wasn't quite as exciting as it might have been, but Tane Bruce using all her experience to get that one.
I think she set her stall out for the start, and she had too much speed up that first 50 and opened up too big a gap to give any of the 200 fly swimmers a chance to close it down.
So it's the men's equivalent now. This is the C, what is classified as a C final, but it's effectively a junior final. In lane 0, Ian Rose from Wanderbaths. Jay Cushion in 1 from Winsford. In 2, Maximilian Bolcato from the City of Oxford. In 3, Fraser Kelly from North Ayrshire. In 4, Lewis Maxwell from Derwentside. In 5, from Southport, Henry Moore. In 6, from Borough of Stockton, Aidan Brown. In 7 from South Ayrshire, Lewis Hammond. In lane 8, also from North Ayrshire, Rory Dixon. And 9, from West Lothians, Miles Lapsley. So the baby of the field, 15-year-old Henry Moore. Rest of the swimmers all 16, 17. 6 of them sub a minute to get into this junior final.
So a strong start over there in lane 2. That was Fraser Kelly from North Ayrshire, really using the underwater.
Lane 1 coming through nicely, Jay Cushion from Winsford, he's also well up there, and now in lane 4. Lewis Maxwell from Derwent side coming through to probably just take it up here and do it halfway, but maybe not. Over in lane 1, yep, 27.41. It's still Jay with the advantage. Pretty good turn from him as well. Advantage over still over on that far side.
Also going well over there in lane 7, we have Lewis Hammond from South Ayrshire.
Oh, Lewis Hammond certainly going well, as is Lewis Maxwell. The two Lewises, Maxwell and Hammond.
Lewis Maxwell coming strongly, very strongly.
Lewis Maxwell who's finishing the stronger. 58.65. Ian Brown, 59.01 from lane 6, came through strongly to take second from the Borough Stockton, and Lewis Hammond, best Scott home, in 3rd place.
Very strong second, last 25 there from Lewis Maxwell, really came through from 3rd, 4th place, and clear water at the end. It looks like a significant improvement this season.
So our B final, Oliver Frost from Aalborg goes in 0. Ruben Vista, City of Sheffield in 1. Jonathan Tighe from Edinburgh University in 2. Gregor Swinney, City Glasgow in 3. Nicholas Quinn, Edinburgh University in 4. Mark Ford, City Glasgow in 5. In lane 6, Jonah Walsh, Edinburgh University. Jack Toll from the City of Sheffield in 7. Oliver Crosby, also City of Sheffield, is in 8. John Houston, South Ayrshire, in lane 9. A couple of youngsters in this one. 2 16-year-olds and 1 in 5 rather. Ruben Vista, Matt Ford. Another junior in lane 0, Oliver Frost from Aalborg. Nicholas Quinn, 57.71. Matt Ford, 57.80. City Glasgow swimmer.
I think it's going to be fascinating to see how for example, Mark, a junior backstroke specialist, going to match up against Nick Quinn, who's been to the Olympics for breaststroke. How they come together on butterfly.
Mark Ford, 56.89 coming into this, and he'll do well if he can finish probably top 3 in this. Lots of experienced lads in this one, but going very well is Gregor Swinney's teammate in 3, and Oliver Crosby in lane 8's not that far behind either, but 5 in the lane. Gregor Swinney 26.16, I think, just shades it.
Very good round the wall from Nick Quinn there. He's moved himself up from 4th or 5th into kind of challenging for the lead, certainly in 2nd place, but Oliver Crosby's looking strong down there.
Oliver Crosby going out pretty steadily in 8, and has really pulled away at the death, and Oliver Crosby's won this by the proverbial mile. Mark Ford maybe gets 2nd, and in 3rd in lane 6, I think it was Jonah Walsh. We'll wait for that to be confirmed. Oliver Crosby, 56.42. Mark Ford, 57.05. Jonah Walsh, 57.24.
Huge step forward there for Oliver Crosby. 2 seconds faster than he did this morning. That would have been good enough to get him a medal reign for this race.
So this is our A final. In lane 9, Harry Lewis Mitchell from Edinburgh University. In lane 0, from also Edinburgh University, Ross Leslie. In lane 8, City of Sheffield's Tom Downs. In lane 1, Perth City, Stephen Milne. In 7, Tobias Dan Hansen from the Danish junior team. In lane 2, Cole Hewitt from City of Sheffield. In 6, University of Stirling, Perry Gardner. In lane 3, from the City of Sheffield, Cameron Brooks Clark. In lane 5, City Glasgow's Mark Elric. And in lane 4, from the Danish junior national team, Rasmus Nicholson. And he looked very impressive, Rasmus, in the heats this morning, Andrew.
Yeah, I think it's going to take something for anyone to challenge him. I think he was out in 24 this morning, looking very strong, and I think he'll be looking to dip under that 54 tonight if he can back it up on the second 50.
Danish junior champion. Mark Elric, local, now swimming locally at City Glasgow with Ian Wright. Certainly come on leaps and bounds again. Having a really good season. Getting somewhere to where he was a few years back. A very talented youngster, and very strong start though. In lane 3, Cameron Brooks Clark. Rasmussen in 4 now getting to work, Andrew.
It looks like he's maybe a bit smoother than he was this morning, maybe going out slightly slower and hoping to come back a lot stronger.
Well, not much between the two. 25.42 for Brooks Clark, 25.61. Mark Elric still well there, along with Perry Gardner. And in 7, Tobias Hansen. At the moment, it's Brooks Clark in 3. It's Brooks Clark still with the advantage, Andrew, coming into the last few minutes.
He's looking strong. If he gets his head down, he's going to get it.
Second place, I think just Nicholson, and was Stephen Milne sneaking in there in 3rd, I think.
Strong finish from Stephen Milne.
Yeah, from nowhere, Stephen Milne finished just picking up, getting 3rd place. But Cameron Brooks Clark, 54.90, taking our A final from Rasmus Nicholson and Stephen Milne.
Excellent step forward there from Cameron Brooks Clark from the heats. And I think Rasmus Nicholson, I don't think he was expecting that at all.
I don't think so. Well, as you can see, those backstroke mechanisms getting put in place for our junior final, 200 metres. It's all fast and furious this evening. Lane 0 from Southport. It's Lily Walwork. In lane 1 from Swim West Lothian, Ashley Merson. In 2, Aberdeen Dolphins, Sarah Hill. Maria Rafaela Carga from Omeos is in 3. Annabelle McCrory, Derwentside in 4. Ella Stevenson, Belsilk Sharks in 5. Isabel Wood, Stirling Swim 6. Ron McGill, Heart of Midlothian 7. Amy Shields, Mogan Bearsten in 8. Kiana Bellotti, Wander Bass in 9. Well, this junior final gives some of these youngsters, 14-year-olds, 13-year-olds, an opportunity maybe to get top 3. Youngest Sarah Hill from Aberdeen Dolphins. She looked very impressive in some of the afternoon heats that we had.
It's fabulous to see the depth from the Scottish girls. 7 different Scottish clubs represented.
In fact, it looks like Sarah Hill is not here for the junior final. It's Petit. A good start in lane 8 from Amy Shields.
Very good underwater there, kind of taking advantage of the fact that you can go up to 15 metres there and getting out in front from the start.
Well, big sister will be pleased that younger sister's got off to a good start, but going very nicely in 4. Annabelle McCrory from Derwentside now really beginning to pick it up here, Andrew.
Beautiful smooth backstroke there, very, very still head position, very balanced stroke.
33.06, 33.81 for Amy. Those two at the moment have the race between them. On the far side, Lily Walwork and Ashley Merson trying to challenge for third place. This looks pretty good for Annabelle McCrory.
Yeah, she's moving clear, looking very smooth there, very balanced, nice rhythm.
Amy Shields still going very nicely in lane 8. Adam Riley's been getting Amy to do a variety of different events this last few months. And, she's still comfortable second, and at the moment this is Annabelle McCrory working very strongly and pulling away from the rest of the field. Coming through now is Ella Stevenson, Youth Development Squad member from Bellshill, in that red cap, now gone third. Certainly expect her to finish very strongly in the last 50, almost upsides Amy. A lovely turn there from Amy Shields, just opened that little bit of extra advantage into second.
It just looked, just as when it looked like Ella Stevenson was closing down, she's just moved away again off the wall there. Kind of cemented second place, and it's really going to take something for anyone to close her down now. So it looks like our 1 and 2 are fairly set here, I would say.
Certainly Annabelle well clear now. Amy Shields, very comfortable second. It certainly looks like Ella Stevenson will be good for third. And a very nice swim there, 2:24.44 for Annabelle. And a 4-second improvement from the earlier heats. Amy Shields, 2:26.33. Some 5 seconds faster than the heats. Ella Stevenson, 2:27.58 in third place. But good experience for these girls to take part in a junior final event towards the end of the season.
And particularly as almost all of them are stepping up and making a move forward from their heat times as well. Really important for young swimmers to learn that skill of swimming the heats and swimming faster in finals.
So on to our B final. In lane 0 from City Glasgow, Katie Taylor. Teammate in 1, Emma Scully. Scarlett Ferris, Dundee City Aquatics in 2, Orla Adams, University of Aberdeen Performance in 3, Madison Turner from Skipton in lane 4, Holly McGill, Heart of Midlothian in 5, Jacqueline McMillan from Carnegie in 6, Amelia Robertson from Newcastle in 7, Mary Swanson, University of Aberdeen in 8, Anna Peter from Borough Metro in lane 9. Well, 2:24.92 through to 2:27.86. Roughly a few seconds cover the field. This B final. Very Sages, Orla Adams, a veteran at 24. Youngster Holly McGill from Heart of Midlothian, who's had a cracking year in lane 5. So let's see how this one goes. Holly McGill, the national age group champion, only 14 as I say, comes into the meet in a 2:20.66. A strong start from Scarlett Ferris. Dundee City Aquatics also well there in 4 is Madison Turner, Andrew. She's really picked it up as we reach the first 50.
Yeah, I think Scarlett Ferris got the cleanest, best start, but Madison, once she was up into her stroke, has kind of moved clear of the field and really taken the race by the scruff of the neck up the first 50, and really strong underwater for her there.
32.50 at that first 50. Holly McGill in lane 5, possibly just got herself into second now. About 3 or 4 girls pretty tightly bunched. Orla Adams, Scarlett Ferris, Emma Scully in lanes 3, 2 and 1. Difficult from the camera angle just to see how the girls are doing this side. At the moment it's still advantaged by some margin. Madison Turner, 108.30. Only 109.59. They're 1.3 further back. Now let's see if they can pull something out of the fire to get near the leader.
This is really where Holly and Orla need to make a move if they're going to hope to kind of close Madison down over the last 50 metres. If they can just make a move going into this turn, use the turn and use the underwater to close down.
Fourth at the Yorkshire meet recently. And, still a pretty good turn at Holly McGill. I know the Hart swimmer will finish like a train, and she's beginning just to pick it up a little bit. Also well there is Orla Adams using all her experience. At the moment it's still advantage with Madison Andrew.
It looks like her stroke rate's just dropped ever so slightly, and she's starting to bounce a little bit, and the speed's coming out. She's dropping her speed. It's going to be a touch finish. I think she's just going to hold on.
Well, Adams, I think, it's just going to get second from Holly McGill. 2:22.23 for Madison. All Adams 2:22.67, just ahead of Holly McGill. 2:22.72. I think if we'd had another 10 metres, it might have been a different 1, 2, 3 there.
Absolutely. I think another 3 or 4 metres, and I think Holly and Orla had it there.
So on to our A final. Elias McQueenie in lane 9 from City Glasgow. Eva Palmwood from the Danish junior national team in 0. Caitlin Duffy from South Ayrshire in 8. Danielle Rayner, University of Stirling in lane 1. Nicole Ryan from the City of Oxford goes in 7. In lane 2, Danish junior national team, Caroline Sorensen. In lane 6 from University of Aberdeen, Hannah Miley. In lane 3, University of Stirling, Cassie Wilde. In lane 5 from City Glasgow, Katie Shanahan. And in lane 4, Edinburgh University's Catherine Greenslade. This is the one Catherine Greenslade will want this evening. Forget the butterfly, it's all about nailing this one for Catherine. Cassie Wilde in lane 3 is almost doing a swim down for the final 100 metres. She certainly won't be doing this in the final. This is the makings of a cracker, Katie Shanahan. Perhaps backstroke might be her best of the 4 disciplines, but she's so good at all of them. It's hard to pick out which is the best. Good start in lanes 3 and 4. Cassie Wilde, she looks pretty relaxed in lane 3.
Looking very smooth, heads rock still. Very smooth and moving into the lead there.
Catherine Greenslade was 2 turn, about half a metre between the two. 31.36. 31.61, quarter of a second in it. And there's Catherine upsides now, and the 2 almost stroke for stroke. They're about a body length clear at the moment of Caroline Sorensen, 17-year-old from Denmark. She's the Danish junior champion. At advantage now at halfway with Catherine Greenslade. 105.99, 106.54. Cassie better on the 50 and 100.
I think Catherine Greenslade just picked it up a little bit going into that turn and used that extra speed going into the wall to get a bit more coming off the wall and opened up a little bit of gap there. But Cassie Wilde's not giving up there. She's holding in there. She's hanging about her hips.
Katie Shanahan just beginning to try and pick up the stroke as well in lane 5. Try and challenge for that 3rd place. Still the advantage with Caroline Sorensen in lane 2. A cracking turn there from Kathleen off that final turn.
Very good turn there for Katie Shanahan. It looks like she's really challenging for that third place now.
And as you say, Andrew, not much between Caroline and Katie for that third place. Cassie Wild certainly second, but Kathleen Greenslade working those arms down the final 15 and really pulling away now the final stage. So Kathleen Greenslade takes that, Cassie Wild second, and Caroline Sorensen in third place. 2:13.49 for Catherine. Cassie 2:16.87 and 2:17.97. Caroline Sorensen with Katie Shanahan about a third or second further back in fourth place. Hannah Miley in fifth. So that concludes our backstroke for the women. It's now our men's turn to do likewise our junior final. We start with lane 0, Fraser Wilson, Warner Baths. In lane 1, from first, Jake Kirkham. In lane 2, from Monifief, Kerr Lumsden. In lane 3, from Cumbernauld, Michael Flynn. In 4, from City Glasgow, Conor Massey. In 5, from East Lothian, Sean Craig Mile. In 6, Warner Baths, Ian Rose. In lane 7, from West Lothian, Thomas Coates. 8, Midlothian's Jamie Ferguson. And in 9, from Chester-le-Street, Tom Brumwell. Well, maybe should get a wee mention in here for Kerr Lumsden from Monifief. As my son phoned me and said, did Kerr make a final? And I said, well, I'm not sure. And then he double checked and he said, well, yes, he's in a final. So he's been swimming really well. He had a good PB from the heats and has improved considerably this year. Good to see one of the Weir clubs producing a pretty useful youngster.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Eight young Scots in this race from 7 different programmes. It'll be really interesting to see how they can back up the final from their heats this afternoon.
Well, Fraser Wilson from Warner Baths in 0 off to a flyer in this one. And I mean by a flyer off to a good start, not that he's got a flyer. Conor Massey in 4, coming through nicely, as is Michael Flynn in 3. Oh, lovely turn from Conor Massey. Just opened up about an extra metre advantage off that turn. Jamie Ferguson in that blue cap, in the green cap of Midlothian, not that far behind either. Conor Massey still looks pretty good in the middle lane. Michael Flynn beginning to get pretty close to him, those two, with Jamie Ferguson turning third. 105.06 and 105.20.
Just when Michael Flynn closed down there, Conor Massey really strong off the walls, really using the underwater and open up in that half metre gap again, and it looks like he's ever so slightly increased his stroke rate and is just starting to move away a tiny little bit over this third 50. Conor
Massey third at national age groups. Of course, Conor 17, that national age group 17 and 18, so as a 7-year-old finishing third, very, very respectable. Fourth at Scottish schools as well. And really opened up a massive lead now. This certainly looks in the bag for the City of Glasgow swimmer.
Really attacked that third turn and used the underwater and capitalised and opened up the gap. There's no catching him now. There's no catching him.
Michael Flynn in lane 3, I'm sure will want to make sure he's second, but Sean Craig Mile from East Lothian finishing extremely strongly. Sean Craig Mile is going to get second place and Michael Flynn third, so this one goes like the seeding should do. 4.53 Conor Massey, 2.12.74, 2.13.42 Sean Craig Mile, and Michael Flynn 2.13.87 in third place.
really showed the importance of the technical aspects of the race there, because the clean swimming between those first three boys, there was nothing in it, but Conor Massey was superior in and out the turns and under the water, and that made the difference for him there, I think.
Moving on to the B final. In lane 0 from Cockermouth, Ronan Greenan. In lane 1 from Derwent side, Aaron Beckford. In lane 2 from University of Stirling, Tony Joe Trent Oliver. In lane 3 from City Glasgow, Ryan Robertson. In lane 4 from Perth City, Jack Munsey. In 5 from First, Keir Edgar. In lane 6 from Newcastle Swim Team, Alfie Kelly. In lane 7 from City Glasgow, Mark Ford. In lane 8 from Southport, Thomas Hill. And in lane 9 from Durham City, Matthew Cairns. This is the B final. The result there of our junior final. Now Jack Munsey, National Age Group champion at 16. Scottish Schools champion and 7th at the British Championships.
Going to be interested to see
Keir Edgar,
how he steps up, because he swam 2:04 here last month at the British Championships and really made a massive step forward. So I think he'll be looking to drop quite considerably from the heats this morning.
I certainly fancy Keir Edgar. And this one, he's also the National Age Group champion in the older age group, 17-18-year-old. He's 2 years older than Jack Munsey, but all important start. And very good start in lane 1, Aaron Beckford from Derwent side. In the middle lanes now, Jack Munsey, Keir Edgar getting to work along with Ryan Robertson. And Jack Munsey in that red cap of Perth City. Maybe just shades it at the moment. Of course, a long way to go. This is the first 50, 30-15. Pretty good turns from all those three lads there. Nobody getting a massive advantage. And certainly Jack Munsey and Keir Edgar, this is their event. Youth squad member Jack Munsey going really strongly in this one. And, Keir Edgar and another City Glasgow swimmer, Ryan Robertson, also going very nicely. Ryan Robertson was second at National Age Group behind Keir. His teammate, you saw Conor Massey winning that junior event, was third at Snags. So Jack Munsey's
he's looking very strong.
Very nicely indeed.
I really liked the way he attacked the wall at 100 and worked off the wall and used the underwater, and he's kept that lead going down that third 50. He's attacking the wall, driving off, using those dolphin kicks and up into the stroke. Big push from lane 2 though.
And certainly Munsey's going very nicely indeed. Tony Joe Trent Oliver, and here comes Keir Edgar. I think he's probably left it a bit late to get anywhere near Jack Munsey. This is Jack Munsey having a cracking swim with 15 to go. Jack Munsey, National Age Group champion at 16, is going to take our B final by some margin and 209.22.
Very strong finish there from Jack there. Never really pushed down that last 25 metres.
He looked pretty comfortable throughout that race there, Andrew.
He was very good at maintaining his stroke rate on the second 25 of each 50, where people start to tire and the rate of the arm starts to go down and the pace starts to drop, and then they almost lose speed going on the wall. He was really attacking the turns and then using that to drive off the wall and use the underwater. Very impressive stuff.
So this is the A final ahead of us. In lane 9 from the Danish junior national team, Nicholas Pedersen. In lane 0, also from a Danish junior national team, Lucas Stobeck. In lane 8 from Newcastle swim team, Nicholas Pyle. In lane 1 from the Danish junior national team, Lucas Bremner. In 7 from City of Sheffield, Charlie Brown. In lane 2, City of Sheffield's Elliot Clogg. In lane 6, University of Stirling's Craig McNally. In lane 3, from Perth City, Stephen Milne. In lane 5, representing Greece, Panios Bolanos. And also representing Greece in lane 4, Evangelos Markianios. This, the men's 200 metres A final. Two Greek swimmers in 4 and 5, 2:04.21, 2:05.44. Will they have the race between them, or can we see some fireworks from the likes of Elliot Clogg in 2, Stephen Milne in 3, and the veteran at 27, Craig McNally.
Just a boy, just a boy. It's going to be interesting here. I think we've got 2 Greek internationalists, 3 Danish internationalists, and 5 current or former GB internationalists. So we're rammed with talent here. It's going to be close.
Strong start at 5. Very strong start. Panagiotis Bolanos off very nicely, but his compatriot Evangelos well there. McNally's also looking pretty powerful in lane 6. So the 2 Greeks, Markianios and Bolanos. Now it's interesting start. McNally's not that far behind here, Andrew.
Of course, he's a trademark back half swimmer. He's particularly strong on the last 50. So you've got to think if he's this close with a 50 to go, he'll be the danger man for the 2 Greek internationals.
58.66 after 100.
Very strong from Craig on the underwater there. He's closed right down using almost all of the 15 metres.
Yeah, there's about a body length advantage at the moment. Well, Markiapanis going still pretty strongly. McNally just shade second. They're a long way off the pace now.
Yeah, almost 2 seconds is a lot to close down, even for someone with a strong last 50 like Craig's. You can see he's increasing the pace, he's increasing the stroke rate, he's trying to close down, but it's a very, very strong swim out in lane 4. He's definitely looking on track to try and dip under that 2-minute mark.
Markianios has put some daylight between him and the rest of the field. Takes that in 1:59.36. McNally second, 2:01.35, and Bolanos I think just got up to get third place, just holding off that late challenge of Elliot Clogg, 2:03.10, Clogg 2:03.35. That was almost a work of art there from Mark Yanius. Big McNally not really threatening.
Top first 4 swimmers there under the last year's meet record. It shows you the quality of swimmers we've got at the meet here, and a couple of really top class swims there in first and second place.
So as you can see, camera pans to the other end of the swimming pool. We conclude tonight at that other end with 50s. We have Kirsty McNair. It's the junior final in lane 0 from Milghan-Bearstown. Anna De Grossa from Best, which the Borders Elite Swim Team in 1. Ellie Turner, Carnegie in 2. Jessica Law, Southport in 3. Caitlin Cambrook, City of Sunderland in 4. Evie McLean, City of Oxford in 5. Sophie Peterson from the Danish junior national team in 6. Pilavani Adijala from Barnet Copthall in 7. Sashka Wade, City Glasgow in 8. And Katie Shanahan, City of Glasgow in lane 9. This is our junior final. So Caitlin Cambrook, 27.64. All these girls sub 28 to get into this junior final.
It's great to see a couple of Glasgow girls, local girls in this race, especially I think lane 8 here, Saskia Wade. She just recovered from a broken finger, so first meet back, and she's made a final, so that's great stuff.
The youngster, 30-year-old in lane 7. Tolawani Adijala. She's got off to a good start in lane 7. But well to the fore is Caitlin Cambrose in lane 4. City Sunderland swimmer, and coming through strongly, Evie McLean in 5. It's going to be a tight call in this one. And Sashka Wade in 7. Katie Shanahan in 8. Oh, in 9 rather. Well, was it Katie Shanahan? No, it was Evie McLean, City of Oxford in 5. Kirsty McNair, well, that... You see how tight that was. Kirsty McNair, 27.56 and 0, got up to get second. And in lane 4, Caitlin Cambrook. I think it might be a joint third. Well, that was all over the place, Andrew.
It was a blanket finish. I think there was less than 2 tenths covering the first 7 swimmers there.
So this is on to our B final. Rachel Gillespie, Mulgine Beerstein in 0. Jess Smith from Wigan Best goes in 1. Lucy Ross, East Kilbride in 2. Helena Elling from Silkeborg in 3. Camilla Ottesen from Aalborg in 4. Kira Sterica, South Ayrshire in 5. Sophie Lewis Ward, Edinburgh University in 6. Lucy Grieve, South Ayrshire in 7. Camilla Brogan Anderson, in lane 8 from Aalborg. And Julia Svendsen from the Danish junior national team in lane 9. So 4 Danes in this one. Just one swimmer from south of the border, Wigan Best. And 27.12 through to 27.53. Let's see, we'll have a couple probably under the 27-second mark in this one.
Looks like a great start down there, lane 7.
Yeah, Lucy Grieve off very strongly in lane 7. And coming through in lane 3 now, very strongly is Helena Elling. Well, it's anybody's here. Sophie Lewis Ward coming through in 6 perhaps. Well, it's maybe lane 3 and 6. Lena, I think maybe just snatch that. 26.86 from Sophie Lewis Ward, 27.11. Julie Svensson, 27.25.
These 50-metre events show the importance of the skills, the starts and the turns. They make up such a large portion of the race that you can see places change very quickly if swimmers don't quite get it right either at the start or the end. And those 2 races, I think, have shown that.
Please welcome the finalists for the women.
So this is the finalists for the 50 metres freestyle for women.
In lane 0 from the Danish junior national team.
So in lane 0 from the Danish national junior team is Elizabeth Ebsen. In lane 1 from Edinburgh University, Catherine Greenslade. In lane 2, in fact we'll do our camera go from 98, we'll start from lane 9, Andrew, rewind. Sophia Sila in lane 9 from City of Oxford. Anna Main in lane 8 from Edinburgh University. Caroline Barrett from the Danish junior national team in 7. Rachel Masson, Edinburgh University in 6. Lucy Hope from Edinburgh University in 5. Mona McSharry from Marlins in 4. In lane 3, from the city of Glasgow, Emily Horn. In lane 2, city of Sheffield's Kate Clifton. In lane 1, Edinburgh University, Catherine Greenslade. And in lane 0, from the Danish junior national team, Elizabeth Epson.
We've got a couple of Scottish internationals in Lucy Hope and Rachel Masson, who've been at a couple of Commonwealth Games against Mona McSharry, who's World Junior Champion former in the 100 breaststroke over from Ireland. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these three match up in this final.
So 26.04, Mona McSharry. Lucy Hope 26.07. Certainly expect them to be sub 26 in this one, quite a few of them. And a very strong start there in lane 4 from Mona. Lucy Hope well there as well in lane 5, but Mona's off to a very strong start along with Emily Horn in 3.
An excellent start from Glasgow.
Lucy Hope finishing very strongly. Mona McSharry and Lucy Hope. Lucy Hope getting to work now. It's Lucy Hope, Mona McSharry, Lucy Hope, Mona McSharry, Lucy Hope, and maybe Rachel. Lucy Hope. It was in fact Lucy Hope that snatched it. Looked the other way. 25.96. 26 dead for Mona, and Rachel Masson 26.21, just ahead of Emily Horn, and 26.28. So we move to the men's equivalent now. It's the junior final. So we'll just wait to see where the camera pans. I think we start over in lane 0 with Skipton's Archie Dunn. In lane 1, Heart of Midlothian's Jamie Claxton. In 2, from Mulgan-Bearsden, Rory McKinnon. In lane 3, from the Danish junior national team, Tobias Hansen. In lane 4, Bellshill Sharks, Greg Fairbairn. 5, from City of Oxford, Dura Tooley. In 6, Oscar Smiley, South Ayrshire. In lane 7, from Marlins, Murray McSharry. In lane 8, from Borough of Stockton, Tom Ward. And in lane 9, from Scotia, Graham Baird. Well, we saw Greg Fairbairn very dominant earlier on in one of those junior events. He goes again in this one. City of Oxford's Julie, 24.97, 24.96, 100 separated them, and Tobias Hansen and Oscar Smiley barely a tenth of a second further back. So this could be another close one. A good start in lane 3 from Tobias Hansen. Greg Fairbairn also well there, and Dura Tooley in 5 at lane 3 with that good start. Tobias probably just shades it at the moment, coming through Dura Tooley in 5, and between them Greg Fairbairn. It's lane 3, Tobias Hansen, Greg Fairbairn. That's the 1-2, I'm sure. Tobias 24.45, Greg Fairbairn 24.68, and Gio Tooley 24.92, third place.
Like Tobias showing the importance of skills there. I mean, he got that lead at the start and he just never let up, but he never really increased it. It was all on the reaction and the power in the underwater from the start.
Yeah, very important, as you see, Andrew, to get off to a good start, and he certainly got probably about a half-metre advantage and just kept that and built it up through the rest of the race. The rest were chasing tails after that. So moving on to the B final. In lane 0, representing Swim West Lothian, Miles Lapsley. In lane 1, City of Glasgow's Angus Nichol. In lane 2, Edinburgh University, Audi Hosanna. In 3, Aberdeen Dolphins, Eddie Watson. In 4, from the Danish junior national team, Matthew Lindebar. In lane 5, from Silkeborg, Marcus Kleidsen. In 6, from South Ayrshire, John Houston. In 7, from City Glasgow, Joe Watt. And 8, from North Ayrshire, Rory Dixon. And in lane 9, City Glasgow's Martin McInnes. This is the 50 metres freestyle B final. Two youngsters from Denmark in 4 and 5, 24.08, 24.17 from the heats. Raphael Lindeberg and Marcus Kleidsen. Again, all important start.
Very fast reaction there in lane 4.
And well, there is Joe Watt in 7 off to a good start, but as you see in 4, Matthew Lindeberg, Marcus Reed. Very tight in the final stages.
Very strongly here.
Lane 3, I think, has just got at the death. Eddie Watson. 23.87. (24.02) Joe Watt in 7 and 24.07 Matthias Lindberg. So this is our final, our A final. So from 9 to 0. In lane 9, from University of Stirling, Ben Martin. In lane 8, Edinburgh University's Ross Leslie. In lane 7, from Bangor, Jack McMillan. In lane 6, City Glasgow's Grant Henderson. In lane 5, University of Stirling, Callum Bain. In lane 4, from Edinburgh University, Jack Thorpe. In lane 3, from University of Stirling, Zach Aitchison. In lane 2, from University of Stirling, Kyle Bowyer. In lane 1, from Perth City, Stephen Milne. And in lane 0, from Bangor, Curtis Coulter. Stephen Milne still with a big smile on his face.
Yeah, I don't know many people that would still be smiling after 100 flying a 200 backstroke, but the background that he's put in over the years with Anne Dixon at Perth, it's no surprise he can get up and swim 3 finals in one session.
Oh, 22.96, Jack Thorpe. By almost half a second from Callum Bain. So Jack Thorpe will be a strong fancy in this one. Winner of this event last year, and very strong start there from Callum Bain in 5. Thorpe is still there, and Zach Aitchison. Well, Bain, Thorpe, and Aitchison. It's Aitchison. No, it's Jack Thorpe that's coming through to take this. Jack Thorpe really finished it very strongly in the death there. 22.88. Callum Bain, I think, got second place under 23.36, and
was it Jack McMillan in 7 moving up there?
Maybe Jack McMillan. It was Jack McMillan from Bangor, 23.49. Just wait for that to be confirmed. No doubt about the winner, Jack Thorpe. Callum Bain, and you're absolutely right, Andrew. Jack McMillan in 7, 23.49, just ahead of Grant Henderson in 6, 23.54. Got the Sculptor, 23.62. Zach Aitchison only 6th in that one. So on to breaststroke here. It's the junior final. So in lane 0, Vanrada McGregor from Carnegie. Isla Walker from Western Bartonshire in 1. Megan Ruddy representing East Kilbride in 2. In 3, from Mulgine Bearsden, Ciara Davidson. In 4, from First, Anna Colston. In 5 from Perth City, Fern Crichton. In lane 6 from Mordred Bass, Jasmine Ali. In lane 7 from City Glasgow, Sashka Wade. In lane 8 from the Borough of Stockton, Sienna Williams. And in lane 9 from Hamilton Baths, Ellie Forsyth. Well, 6 months ago, girl in lane 0, Thanrada McGregor, was really just swimming in sort of level 3 events and sort of graded level 2s, but she's come on like a train. Doing some cracking work over there at Carnegie and getting her to represent the club at Snags in a few events, and good to see her in this final. Nice start in lane 7 there from Yasmin Ali and Mordred Bass, and also up there Isla Walker from Western Bartonshire. Just Bella in lane 1, but coming through strongly is Ciara Davidson, Mulgan Bearsden.
I think lane 0 is looking strong here as well, coming on nicely.
Yeah. Anna Coulston in 4. Also getting to work. Thanrada over in lane 0. Might just sneak this one. Lane 0, Thanrada McGregor might have taken that. Well, not quite. 35.49. A cracking swim from lane 0, but Anna Coulston just gets the touch. 35.40 from Thanrada. 35.49. Ellen Walker, 35.63. A wee bit inside information there, Andrew, for the people listening in. Nice to see that girl get a second place. That'll boost her confidence massively for the latter part of the season, and especially for next year. Only a 14-year-old as well.
Just incredible.
So well done, Carnegie. Barry McMillan, I think, coaches her, so well done, Barry, and the squad over there. On to our B final. Catherine Deans from Halstead in lane 0. Natalie Coogans, University of Stirling in 1. Ciara Sterica, South Ayrshire in 2. Orla Adams, University of Aberdeen Performance in 3. Annabelle Gunnjongsen from Edinburgh University in 4. Eve Thompson, University of Stirling in 5. Victoria Pallinson from the Danish Junior National Team in 6. Anna de Grossa from Best in 7. Rebecca Keatley from Middlesbrough in 8. Charlotte Nestor from Wigan Best in 9. So this is the women's 50 breast B final. 34.02 to 35.18. All Adams 24, oldest in this one, but a few 20, 22, 21-year-olds in this one, through to youngest at 15. Annabelle Jungson from Edinburgh University in lane 4, the fastest qualifier.
I think she went to European Junior Championships last year, so it'll be interesting to see if anyone can challenge her on this.
Eve Thompson off to a good start in 5. Annabelle and Orla in 4 and 3. Pretty well up there. Those 3 you just feel are just pulled away a little bit. And it looks as though it's still the advantage with Eve Thompson. Coming into the final stretch, Eve Thompson now being challenged in lane 4. I think lane 4 is just going to get it. Annabelle from Eve, not much in it. Well, it was Eve by 300s, just very deceptive at that final touch. 33.52. Annabelle 33.55. And Orla Adams 34.35, I think it was, in 3rd place. Always important to get a good finish on both breaststroke and butterfly. Get those arms hitting the wall just at the right spot.
I think you've just got a slight advantage on the start and just a slightly better finish, and that made all the difference.
So we have our A finalists now. Sophia Sula from the City of Oxford in lane 9. In lane 8, City of Oxford is Anne Pinfold. In lane 7, Danish junior team, Thea Blomstenberg. In lane 6, also from the Danish junior national team, Astrid Nielsen. In lane 5, from Ireland's Mona McSharry. In lane 4, Edinburgh University's Cara Hanlon. In lane 3, from South Ayrshire, Katie Robertson. In lane 2, from Warner Baths, Katie Goodburn. In lane 1, from the Danish junior national team, Clara Riebeck Anderson. And in lane 0, from East Lothian swim team, Bridget Missouri. This is the women's 50 breaststroke A final. Cara Hanlon, 32.04. Just a little bit faster than Mona McSharry coming into this. Mona McSharry, 4th at the Youth Olympic Games. Comes into the meet in a 30.87. She did enough to qualify for the final. In second place here. Of course, we've got Katie Robertson, senior goal squad member. And
Katie Goodburn, I think she did a 31.7, was 4th at the GB trials, so almost anyone from 2 to 6 could take this.
Katie Goodburn actually in lane 2 is going particularly well from Maunder Bass. And Mona McSharry now getting to work. Mona, I think, is just taking it up. Mona has got to get this, I think, from Cara Hanlon and maybe Katie Robertson. Mona McSharry 31.57. I think Andrew from Cara Hanlon 31.95. And Katie Robertson 32.20. Important start there. Katie Goodburn just fading a little bit. Mona McSharry in that final 15 metres just pulling away.
Very powerful last 25 from Mona McSharry, really just pulled away from the field. But a strong finish for Cara Hanlon in second place there, dipping under 32 seconds.
So we move to our final event of the evening, the men's 50 breaststroke. This is our junior final. In lane 0, we have an empty lane. So in lane 1, from Perth City, Murray Pritchard. In lane 2, from Marlins, Mauric McSharry. In lane 3, from the Borough of Stockton, Tom Ward. In lane 4, from Swim West Lothian, John Keane. In 5, from Inverclyde, Matthew Garrity. In 6, from Belsilk Sharks, Marius Tringelis. In 7, from Southport, Fraser Cook. In 8, from Wanderbass, Joshua Mitchell. And in lane 9, from First, Liam Murphy. This is our junior 50 breaststroke final. John Keane from Swim West Lothian, 17-year-old against Matthew Garrity, a very promising up-and-coming youngster from Inverclyde, only 15. And John Keane got a very good start there.
Very strong off the blocks and very powerful under the water, up into the lead, and it's going to be difficult for anyone to really challenge him. Although over there in lane 2, Maurice McSharry is making a good fist of it.
This one looks in the bag for John Keane. Very strong in the final stage. John Keane, Mauric McSharry and maybe Matthew Garrity. I'm not quite sure who got third, but certainly John Keane, 30-14. In fact, it was the roles reversed. It was Matthew Garrity on that touch that just sneaked in to get second place, 31-33. He was finishing strongly at the end. And Mauric McSharry, 31-42, takes third. It was a very impressive swim from John Keane.
Very powerful off the blocks and powerful through the water, and never really challenged by the others,
So moving on to our B final. In lane 0, from Derwentside, Joe Harlan. In lane 1, City of Glasgow's Cameron Muir. In 2, from Winsford, Will Murray. In 3, from University of Stirling, George Clough. In lane 4, City of Oxford's Connor Bryan. In lane 5, from City of Glasgow, Jack McComish. In lane 6, from Edinburgh University, Andrew McIntosh. In lane 7, City of Glasgow's Yusuf Batouf. In lane 8, also City of Glasgow, Andrew Hosey. And in lane 9, from Inverclyde, Thomas Cannon. It's the B final for the 50 metres breaststroke for men. 4 of them in the middle lanes, sub 30 seconds here. O'Brien, City of Oxford, 29.67. Jack McComish, 29.74. Good start from Jack McComish in 5 and in 3 as well, but lane 1, Cameron Muir looking good as well. It's all to play for with 15 to go. All of them all very tightly bunched. Cameron Muir possibly in lane 1, just with the advantage, and coming very strongly in lane 4 to take this at the death. I think it was Conor Bryan. Conor Bryan 29.52, Jack McComish 29.77, George Clough 29.83. The lads in the middle lanes just finishing that little bit stronger.
Conor Bryan was really strong in the last 6-7 metres and spotted the finish perfectly. Those last 3 strokes were bang on, and that's the difference between first and second.
So the very final event of this evening is the A final for the men's 50 breaststroke. So make your way poolside. In lane number 9 from Edinburgh University, Nicholas Quinn. In lane 8 from Limerick, Usain Cook. In lane 7, also from Limerick, Ian Corby. In lane 6 from University of Stirling, Craig Benson. In lane 5 from the City of Oxford, David Murphy. In lane 4, University of Stirling, Ross Murdoch. In lane 3 from Warner Bass, Archie Goodburn. In lane 2 from the University of Stirling, Zach Aitchison. In lane 1 from the City of Glasgow, Max Hagan. And in lane 0, University of Stirling, Max Sharanek. And no Stephen Milne in this one.
It's just maybe a little bit too short for Stephen, the 50 breaststroke. Maybe if it was the 500 breaststroke.
So Murdoch in 4, Benson in 6 will renew rivalry once again. David Murphy, City of Oxford between them. And don't discount Archie Goodburn to try and get himself into the mix. Under Bass in lane number 3. 2 lads from Limerick, Newton Corby, Usain Cook, 7 and 8. Also in this final. Start key to this one. And Murdoch, I think, got a very strong push off.
Very quick reaction and strong off the blocks and up in the lead.
And Zach Aitchison up there, but Murdoch just beginning to get himself into a nice strong rhythm. And Ross Murdoch, I think he's got this one. Murdoch from Murphy, very close for 3rd place. Ross Murdoch 27.78, David Murphy 28.19, Craig Benson 28.22, from Archie Goodburn 28.41.
Very strong second 25 from Craig Benson there. He actually looked, 5th or 6th at the 25 metre mark, but really strong in the stroke, keeping the length, but keeping the stroke turning over and driving to the wall, and a good finish to get in the medals from him. But Ross Murdoch was from gun to tape. I really get the kind of bedrock of that swim with his start was an outstanding reaction, and first up and into the stroke and never headed.
Well, as you saw, some of these starts key in the 50s. You see Andrew vital to get a very strong start and also nail the finish. So that's this evening's proceedings completed. We're back here tomorrow. Please join us around 8:45. The swimming gets underway at 9:05 with the heats. Afternoon session 12:15, and of course the finals get underway at 5 o'clock. So a lot of exciting events this evening for day one at Tollcross. Please come and join us. So from both Andrew and myself, been delightful giving you a presentation this evening, and hope you'll be with us tomorrow for day two. So from both of us from Tollcross, good night everyone.
See you tomorrow.